Snow is falling in several parts of the mountains.
News 13's Victoria Dunkel is live in Mars Hill this morning tracking the trouble spots. Victoria, what are you guys seeing out there?
Well, you know, driving out here, Holly and Jay, we actually had the snow coming pretty much when we got a little bit north of the downtown Asheville area, heading out toward the Weaverville area. We started to see the snow pick up a little bit. It was very, well, let's take a look here. In Mars Hill, it's kind of what we were seeing as we were coming in. Not so much the flaky light snow, but see, it's these pellets. And that's what was hitting the windshield and so on, and actually blowing across the roads, causing it to be a little slick in some places. The wind is really adding to the situation and stirring things up. Across the street from me, there is a awning that someone's going to have to do some serious repair on. It's ripped up pretty good. The wind is just whipping it around. Right now, I checked around, and the word is that you need to be cautious, especially as the temperature is dropping. Wet roads are going to be black ice situations. Highway Patrol told me that US 19 in Madison County by Yancey County line, Bald Creek area. That's where they're starting to see things kind of get slick right now. The advice is be cautious and keep it tuned to places like us right here, News 13, for the latest on the road conditions and as things are going. Right now, the wind is starting to pick up a little bit. The snow's picking up a little bit more. We'll be out here tracking it for you, but do be careful, do be cautious, and if you have to go outside, bundle up. The wind is definitely a factor this morning. Live in Mars Hill, Victoria Dunkel, News 13.
Whipping winds are making light snow an extra challenge for drivers this morning.
That's right. News 13's Victoria Dunkel is live in Mars Hill. Victoria, that's one of the spots where we're actually seeing some accumulation, right?
Yeah, it's starting to pile up here, and the problem is it's not really the flakes of snow. It's that little pellety kind of snow, so the wind grabs it and whips it around. If you're driving, it can actually lead to some tough conditions for you visually. If you look out across behind me, you can see it has accumulated on the parking lot behind me across the intersection here. We're in downtown Mars Hill right now. But as you can see on the roads, the traffic that's moving through here, they're driving on slick or on wet roads that are passable right now. But if the temperature, like Julie says, if it drops anymore, there's a strong chance we're going to see black ice. And that is leading to a lot of school closings, delays, and so on. I wanted to let you know I did do a quick check a few moments ago. Here in Madison County, US 19 out there between the Madison and Yancey County lines, that's kind of a tough spot. Big Laurel Road, they're also getting reports it's now kind of getting slick. Places like Yancey County, they've got some roads that are covered in snow. Mitchell County has patchy snow on the main roads, but their big concern there is the back roads. As I made my calls around here too, flurries are falling in Waynesville. The snow is falling and starting to pile up in Maggie Valley. DOT crews are out there working to make sure the roads are as safe as possible for you, but the advice from everyone is if you don't have to be out there, or you can wait to get out there a little later in the day, that's a smart move, especially if you're having to be out right now. You're going to come up on spots on the road where it might be a little bit wet looking, and if the temperature's just right, that's black ice. So take it easy, be smart about it, and if you can ride it out a little bit longer and stay with us and from the comfort of your warm home, that's my advice to you today. Reporting live in Mars Hill, Victoria Dunkel, News 13.
The wintry conditions are adding up to a cold and slick morning.
News 13's Victoria Dunkel joins us live this morning from Madison County. Vic, you've been following this all morning long. Has anything changed out there where you are?
Well, we're starting to see a little bit of the conditions. It's feeling a little cooler, like Julie was talking about. And so that brings the chance for these roads that right now are wet, a little bit slick in some spots here, to really, that could become black ice very easily. So far, it's been looking pretty good, although I have to admit, I just saw someone drive down here on a motorcycle. I'm just saying, God bless him. I hope he stays nice and warm because it's a cold ride for that. But the wind's the other big issue. In fact, of course, it stops blowing the moment I do this. But there you go. Cue the wind. This is one of the awnings that's been whipping around all morning long. So wind is another big issue. I was checking our Facebook page. One of our viewers down in the Lake Lure area said that the wind was just howling there. She heard a big loud sound, and hopefully it didn't cause a whole lot of damage, but that is leading to a lot of power lines coming down and other troubles across the area. We're going to keep track of things. Major areas around here, Madison County seeing snow laying on the ground here in Mars Hill. We've got Maggie Valley reporting snow on the ground. Snow is still blowing through the air. If you do have to go out this morning, wait it out a little bit longer. Wait till the sun comes up, and at least you can be more aware of where the road is actually wet. And like they've been saying, keep an eye on the screen. The school closings and delays, actually some of the statuses have been changing. So keep a track on that, and we'll be back out here live in another half hour, so let you know how things are going. Live in Mars Hill, Victoria Dunkel, News 13.
Kim, thank you. Strong winds are whipping snow around several counties in western North Carolina. News 13's Victoria Dunkel is streaming live in Mars Hill.
And Victoria, you've been watching the conditions for us all morning long. So what's happening right now?
Well, it's kind of a little bit calm as far as that wind goes, but every few minutes it whips up and starts stirring things around. You can see a little bit of snow flowing through the air here. This is one of the areas that's pretty much seen nonstop snow overnight. Maggie Valley and Haywood County also has some snow on the ground. People are reporting that they've got wind whipping things around, making it very, well, some of them is hard to sleep, woke them up kind of thing. If you notice over here, this kind of snow that we're dealing with is that light pellety snow. It's easy. The wind comes around and grabs that and it blows it all over the place. So it kind of makes visually driving a little bit tricky as well. As you mentioned, the wind is also causing some power outages across the area. Right now, the big concern is that as we're watching the morning, we get a little closer to what would be daybreak. That's when the temperatures have a tendency to drop, and that's when we could see these roads that are wet behind me turn into a really slick situation. You do need to be careful. Black ice is an issue in many counties, and there are some areas like Big Laurel Road over near Wolf Laurel here in Madison County. They're having problems there, snow covered. Side roads tricky as well. DOT crews are working hard for you, trying to get these roads passable and keep them as safe as they can for you throughout the morning. If you can wait a little while to get out there, that's some pretty good advice to follow this morning. Reporting live in Mars Hill, Victoria Dunkel, News 13.